Yo, what's up everybody and welcome to another video. So as you guys know, yesterday we got the introduction of the Lucky Box event, and basically in this we are required to go ahead and travel around the entire map in order to collect these individual boxes to be rewarded with lucky cash, which in return we spend inside of these 3 rooms located in front of me to get some really cool totems, shelves, as well as themes and even capsules. Now the huge issue with this is the fact that there is no way to farm for lucky cash unless you are walking around the entire map picking up these individual boxes, but there's actually a really cool and interesting way to make this a lot easier, to the point where you're only going to be collecting red boxes. And of course, for those of you that haven't gotten the opportunity to do the event, these are the ones that give you the best reward out of all of the different colored boxes that are spread out through the map. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys that, as well as upgrading my layout by purchasing well over 85 aquatic self-checkouts, and I'll also be sharing a little bit of information on the red shelves that a lot of you have been asking me about. So let's go ahead and waste no more time and get right into it. Like always, if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and drop a like. I would really appreciate it, and it does help my content get out there. So if you do, thank you in advance. But let's go ahead and get started with the information that I know you guys want to hear about, and that is the lucky boxes. So the method that I'm going to be showing you was pretty much discovered by a huge group of people. Personally, I came across this by accident last night after I was done doing my stream. I noticed a really interesting pattern that was going on, and to be completely honest, I thought maybe it was just a bug that was going on in my own server. I didn't really speak too much on it until a couple of hours later, where Sidewinder went ahead and reached out to me and told me that he had discovered a way of moving the boxes around. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, I was a little confused when I read this message because I thought he meant that he could physically move the boxes around, so I didn't really understand what he was saying. But come to find out, I had already been doing for hours what he was telling me, and it was completely unintentionally done. So let me go ahead and give you guys just a quick little breakdown on how this works. Each and every individual block that is located around the map right now is pretty much locked to its location, but that's only to a certain extent. For instance, if I was to go ahead and come up to this red block and activate it, the red block is gone, but assuming I don't activate any other block in the map, what's going to respawn here is going to be a red block again. And I'll go ahead and kind of wait here until it spawns in just to show you guys and prove that it is going to be a red block again. There you go, it went ahead and just spawned in, and this will continue to happen over and over again. But the really interesting part is you could kind of take advantage of this by moving this red block over to the location of where this yellow one is. And all it really takes is just some really good timing, but I'll go ahead and show you right now. Keep in mind, this doesn't guaranteed happen every single time. You might have to do this 2 or 3 times, but if I was to go ahead and activate the red one, run really quickly to the yellow and activate this one, now both of them are kind of in the clouds, I guess you could say, and there's about a 50% chance that both of these can switch locations. So the red one will spawn over here and the yellow one will move over to this location. So let's go ahead and give it a little bit so that it can spawn in, and there we go. So the locations have now swapped. Yellow is in the back end, and I now have 2 red blocks that are right next to each other. We're gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing with the orange and the red back here. First, you have to obviously wait until these land on the floor. Make sure that the smoke that comes out when they slam on the ground is gone, and then just go ahead and activate the orange one as well as the red one that is located over here. Again, keep in mind, sometimes they do spawn in pretty instant, so you're gonna have to do it again. But as you can see, the red one has spawned in. Orange is still in the process of spawning at the moment, but if we take a look over here, now we have 3 of them bundled up over here, and you could really take this to your advantage because if I'm not mistaken, there is a total of 5 red blocks that are spawned in throughout the entire map. So you got to make sure. Oh, and speaking of which, look, the orange one is now coming in and it has now landed. Keep in mind that you need to make sure that every single one of the blocks are on the ground before you try to move these around. I got extremely lucky and 2 of my red ones were kind of located right here in the middle, but sometimes you will run into the situations where, for instance, right all the way over there is where one of my red blocks are, and I obviously want to go ahead and move it to maybe this position right here, so that way I have 4 of the red blocks really close to each other. And honestly, in situations like this one, it does become a little more time consuming because you are going to have to move it from block to block. So what I'm going to do now is activate this one, run really quickly down here and activate this one so they can switch places, and I will continue to do that with each and every one that is located down here until I make it to the lake. So again, activate this quick, run down here, activate this one, and now we just wait to see if they switch places. All right, so that one unfortunately did fail. Again, keep in mind, this does happen from time to time, but it is no big deal. Just wait till they both land on the ground, activate them again, and keep trying until you finally go ahead and get them to switch sides, which we just actually successfully managed managed to do it. And now my red block is located over here. So the next step that I'm going to do is obviously wait until both of these are on the ground, grab my red one over here, and we're going to move it to the orange block that is located right next to the street. There we go. It worked. The orange one is now coming down. Red one is coming down closer to the street. And now we're basically going to make the final move, which is going to be activating it here and making our quick run over to the middle of the lake. So let's see if we can do this really fast, because that's actually a pretty long run. So activate and run. Come on. We're almost there. Then activate this one. And let's see if we get lucky here. We might have to do this one again, to be honest. Oh, nope. There we go. It went ahead and worked. So the red one is now located here in the lake, and we have all 4 of these right here. But now I'm going to show you guys what I'm sure many of you are asking yourself right now. And that is, well, Carbon, what if I activate all 4 of those at the same time? What are the chances that all 4 are going to be red again? Well, that's going to be really easy, because I'm going to go ahead and activate all 4 of them right now and show you that they will go ahead and respawn as red ones again. Just going to kind of set up my camera right here so you can see as soon as they pop in. And there you go. 3 of them have spawned in. It looks like the back one is kind of taking a little bit longer, but this will continue to happen over and over again. And like I mentioned, there is a total of 5 of them. So if I really wanted to, I could find the 5th one, which will more than likely be, oh, look, actually the 4th one just spawned in right here. So like I said, this will continue to happen over and over again. And this is the fastest way. And it is the method on how a lot of people are getting 6 million lucky cash every single hour. So it looks like the final red box is located behind the mall. So I'm not even going to bother moving that over here. But yeah, man, this should definitely help you guys out so much. I know it's really hard to walk around and look for the red boxes. Doing this is going to make your life so much easier, because they're just going to continue to spawn over and over again in the same exact spot. Obviously, there is a high chance that maybe the developers will see this and fix the issue. But I mean, to be completely honest, even with this method, it is still somewhat of a grind to get this. So I don't really see why they would do that, especially once we get into talking a little bit about the red shelf, because while unfortunately I haven't been able to purchase a bunch of them to test, one of the leaderboard players has gone ahead and bought a handful of them and ran a bunch of different tests on it. So huge shout out to Mirrors Dev. I believe he is in 3rd place right now for money. So yeah, he went ahead and ran a bunch of different tests where he went ahead and came up with the final result that the lucky red box and the lucky red shelves are only producing $7,000 every single time that they're sold, without obviously the customer multiplier. Now he tested this without having any themes activated or any of that other buffs and stuff like that. So with those results, we know that if you guys don't have the aquatic self checkouts, then yes, red shelves will be worth it for you guys. But for my endgame players that have a bunch of the aquatic self checkouts, it doesn't really seem like the red shelf is worth it. Now again, keep in mind, I haven't done my own test. This is going based off of the information that was shared with us by Mirrors Dev. I personally will still be buying a bunch of red shelves, because I mean, it's going to be with lucky cash anyway, so it's not going to really make a difference if I get them or not. And on a side note, completely off topic, I'm about to spend this 66 bill right now, which is going to go ahead and get us 89 aquatic self checkouts, which means that should put me a little over 100 total aquatic self checkouts inside of my store, which is insane, dude. But there we go. We are now at 91 mil. What a heartbreak. Hey, we got a spin. Let's go. Come on. 2 times cash, 2 times cash, 2 times cash, and a mini VIP party. All right, so let's see. I'm going to go ahead and open up my cash per minute right now. We're gaining roughly around 6.5, sometimes peaking into the 7.1, 7.2. Obviously, with 6.5 being the lowest that I usually go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to exchange every single one of the luxury checkouts that I have inside of my store, and we'll be right back to check and see how much I'm earning then. All right, so I've gone ahead and placed every single one of them down. Let's go ahead and open up our settings and see how it's performing. Hopefully we have somewhat of a difference. And yeah, it looks like we're averaging now between 7, and it's peaking as high as even 8, which is pretty insane. And I mean, for the most part, it's staying pretty consistent. I haven't seen it drop to 6 mil this entire time. Obviously that could change, but I'm kind of just keeping my eye on it right now. It does seem to drop somewhere between 7.07, but for the most part, it's not going into the 6 mil range, which honestly is a really good sign. It does mean that this has made quite a bit of a difference. Just to kind of show you guys, I did leave my royals here on the first floor. I'll probably end up swapping these out and putting 26 aquatics down here to make the entire first floor aquatic. But if we head on up to my floor number 2, this is now completely aquatic self checkouts. Same for floor number 3 and floor number 4 as well. If I'm not mistaken, I think even floor number 5 is. Yep. Floor number 5 is also. So all we're missing now is 6, 7, and 8, and we have a complete full store of aquatic self-checkouts. Also, I forgot to tell you, I did get 20 of the red lucky totems. These are absolutely amazing. I recommend that you guys get these as quick as you can. And of course, if it wasn't obvious already, your boy does have the final theme available, which is, I believe, 6.5 mil of the lucky cash, that is, not of your real money. But that also does remind me that I have 12.2 mil lucky cash right now. So I think I'm going to go ahead and purchase as many of these as I can, which unfortunately is 4 of them. But quite honestly, I don't really mind buying these because, like I mentioned before, even though these aren't really that great for us endgame players with aquatic self-checkouts, I'm purchasing them with lucky cash and I have absolutely nothing else to do with the lucky cash. So why not just go ahead and grab all of these? Which does bring me to a total of 5 of the red shelves, because I do have one down right here that I was doing a little bit of testing. But yeah, man, hopefully this video went ahead and helped you guys out and you did go ahead and enjoy it like I mentioned before. If so, make sure to drop a like on the video. I would really appreciate that. That's gonna go ahead and do it for today's video. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.